Wagwan YouTube. What ya do? Anyways, we'll get into it. This video is going to be my second week review on the Truck Driver Institute CDL school in Sanford, Florida. So far so good with me, at least. You know, other people's experiences are not the same. Yeah, I'm currently in my third week, but we're going to talk about my second week, which was last week. Good week. Second week, let's see. Monday, you will start driving. You will start driving. They will throw your ass in a truck. Manual. You will learn to double clutch a 10-speed transmission with a dry van trailer attached on the city roads, in traffic, on the highway. Yeah, rain, snow, or shine. Doesn't snow here, luckily. But yeah, so Monday, I believe the second weekers on Monday, when you go driving out on the road, you're AM driving. You will be driving in the mornings, during the day, before lunch. So you'll be out on the road from like roughly about 7:30 till 12. You'll probably be in a truck. You'll be in a truck with an instructor and 2 or 3 other students. The backs, where in the sleeper berth where there would be a bunk and storage and stuff like that, that's all gutted out, and they have like 3 regular car seats lined up in the back to fit, 3 students to ride along. And you guys will take turns driving. Everybody will probably get like roughly about an hour to drive every day. Monday through Friday, the whole week, you will be driving. So second week, when you're in your second week, you will be driving on the road morning time before lunch. Then you guys will come back to the school at lunchtime, have lunch, and then the second half of the day after lunch, 12:30 to 5:30, you will be out on the range practicing all your backing maneuvers, your straight back, but then they start introducing the offset, right offset or left offset. They do both. And they also do a 90-degree alley dock. Very odd. You're not going to really be using that in real life. But yeah, they'll be teaching you. They say the state of Florida wants to see that you can control a trailer. That's their excuse. I don't know. But I don't understand why we train students to do things that they won't normally do in the real world, in the trucking world. It makes no sense. I say we train students on exactly what's going to be happening out there. But hey, who am I? Anyways, so yeah, they'll teach you your other 2 back maneuvers, your offset and your alley dock. Again, if you could straight back a truck, you could do these maneuvers. If you've got half a brain, like a lot of you don't, you can do the maneuvers. They are not difficult. Think about what you're doing before you turn the steering wheel. Do not overturn your steering wheel. Control your trailer. If you need to stop and think about your next move, stop and think about your next move. Don't keep going and fucking wah, 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 like a lot of you fucking putzes do, but who am I? So yeah, first half of the day on the road driving, second half of the day on the range practicing. Driving, practicing. You'll sneak in, pre-trip practicing as well. They don't really work with you, at least on the range, with that. They don't have enough instructors out on the range. They just don't. They don't have enough instructors. They don't have enough trucks. They don't have a big enough range. It's just enough to get by, but changes need to be made. But again, who am I? But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't let me, run you away from the school. That's not what I'm trying to do. School's still a great school. They'll teach you what you need to know, but that's exactly what they'll do. They'll teach you only what you need to know to pass your CDL test, not to become a truck driver. Don't think that they're going to teach you how to be a truck driver, because they're not. And in my eyes, no school is. There's not enough time, You'll learn how to be a truck driver after you're out there on the road working for a company by yourself in a fucking truck in some sticky ass situations. That's just, the way of life in this career, I want to say. But yeah, but they'll show you how to do the maneuvers. They'll let you practice them over and over and over again. The instructor in the truck, when you go over the road and you're driving during the day, you will be driving in a sleeper berth tractor, which is obviously a bigger tractor than, let's say, a day cab tractor. Because at the school on the range, you will be practicing in a day cab. Another why? I'm not driving a day cab for a living. I'm going to be over the road. They must know something we don't, or I don't, whatever. But they train you at the school in a day cab. When you're doing your parking maneuvers, your straight back, offset, alley dock, you're in a day cab. Hooked up, connected to a trailer, of course, but it's a day cab. It's somewhat the same, but it's still not the same. It just isn't. But, whatever. I guess, it's easier to learn in a day cab, being able to whip the thing around, being able to, beat the shit up. Obviously they can't have you jackknifing a fucking, $100,000 sleeper berth into a fucking trailer on their yard, whatever. So yeah, when you're at the school on the range, you're in a day cab. All manual. I believe they have an automatic, but when it comes down to the backing maneuver, all those maneuvers on the yard, you are in a manual. You must learn how to drive a manual. If you don't want to, I suggest you just go just don't even be a truck driver. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but who am I? And when you're out on the road, driving over the road, training, learning how to drive and double clutch a 10-speed tractor, again, you will be driving a manual, and you will be in a sleeper berth then, attached to a trailer, on the road, live in action. Obviously, they're not going to be letting you do any of this if you hadn't passed your CDL permit test the prior week. Again, skedaddle. This isn't for you. My opinion. Yeah. What the fuck? Let there be light. Okay, police. Hello. So I suggest you get your head in the game, because shit's about to get real quick. It's a lot to wrap your head around if you've never driven a truck or driven a manual transmission, or been in any kind of big vehicle, which is the case for all of us. I mean, 99% of us that are at this school never driven a truck before. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn. But just get ready to be able to have a lot thrown at you, not only from the school, but being on that road in the truck. It's a lot to synchronize. Double clutching, making sure your tachometer, RPMs are at the right level. Your speed isn't up, it's not too low. You're in the right gear. You can downshift, keep up with traffic, make a turn with a turn signal on while you're watching for traffic in the intersection, and it's just a lot. It's a lot to process. It's gonna be, I don't care who you are, it's gonna be hard. It is. It's not hard to the point where you can't do it or that you should be scared and oh my God. But it just is. It's a lot to just take in and to keep in rhythm. But the more you do it and the more, reps that you get in, the smoother it'll get, the better you will get, the more you will learn, the more comfortable you will become, and the better of a truck driver you will become. So just stick with it, and it will work out. As long as you work it, it will work out. If this is what you want and you put your mind, body, and soul into it, you should have no problems. Not one problem. Let's see. Your instructor will be in the passenger seat as you drive. He will be throwing a lot at you, expecting you to know what he knows. But again, that's the way of life, I guess, in this thing. They act like, at least some of them. I can't speak for all of them. I can't. I didn't drive with all of them. Although my instructor, very great guy, taught me well, very strict and stern, but very fair, and to the point where he is teaching you how to pass your test in a good way. Like, he's not drilling you for no reason. He's not, getting on your case for no reason. He's not always telling you to do this and that for no reason. It's all for a good cause, so you become a better driver, so you pay attention, and so you can pass your damn test, get the hell out of there, and start making this guap, not Skrilla's dead prezzies, because that's the main goal here. So they are good guys. The instructors that go out driving with you, awesome guys, lots of experience. Rex was my instructor, really cool guy, taught me a lot. He's probably, I want to say, the one that's gonna be responsible for making me a truck driver, like, making me a decent driver, rookie driver, shall I say, making me knowledgeable on how and what I am doing. He so big ups to him. Rex, good guy. The only other guy that I've driven with so far, which was, I drove with him Monday. I'm not going to tell you why. I'll tell you on my third week review, my next video, on, the third week. I don't want to get too ahead. Terry. Phenomenal guy. Terry. Older gentleman. Short like a leprechaun. Beard like me, but his beard's a lot longer. Terry, I want my beard to be just like yours, Terry. Really cool dude, man. Just really cool dude. Like, those guys that you talk for 20 seconds and you're just like, oh man, I want to talk more with him, or I want to, he's just awesome. The energy he brings is amazing. The comfort and calmness that he brings to your soul just with his presence, like, that's what I mean. Like, it's an instant, like, this guy makes me feel comfortable, and he reassures me that, things are going to be cool and all right. So yeah, anyways, enough of that gushy shit. Second week, you're on the range and you're driving, man. You're learning everything there is to know to be able to get that truck up and moving, in a safe and correct manner. So be prepared to drive, be prepared to learn how to back up. And that's basically all we did. That's all we did. Just drive and parking maneuvers. Drive and parking maneuvers. When you do go out and drive, at least my instructor did, he would go over the pre-trip with us, all that, every time we drove. So we went over the pre-trip with him. We did in-cab inspections, and we did our seven-step air brake check test, or air brake test, whatever. Some states there's 5-point tests. Every state's different, or school is different. the way they taught us was a seven-step air brake test. And I'm ready to test out. Like I could test out right now, and I don't want to be overly confident, but A+, let's go. You know what I mean? That's just me, though. It comes a little bit easier and faster for me. You know, it's my thing. You know, but yeah. So they'll teach you. You know, your instructor over the road will teach you pre-trip, teach you how to drive, and then you'll come back to the range and you know, learn all your parking maneuvers. So I want to wish all you guys luck. You're gonna need it, but you're also not gonna need it, man. You guys got this. You know. And just have fun, man. Have fun. Enjoy the experience and the journey. Appreciate the struggles, trials, and tribulations, whatever you want to call them. And you know, just you're doing this for your future. You know, keep in mind this is for a better future, whatever your cause is. But you know, we're not here for our health. We're not here for fun. But what's pretty cool, though, is that the week before me, I don't want to say the name. If you guys want to ask or comment down below, I'll tell you. But there's a pro football player in the week prior to us, which is now week 2. Since I'm week 3, they're in week 2. There's a pro football player that's in their class, which is pretty cool. But all right, guys, be safe, be good, don't do drugs. Keep it rolling.